Hello everyone, my name is Kasey Herrington, and today we'll be discussing how to leverage English learner assets and build home and school connections. First, we're going to talk about culturally responsive teaching. Some cultural influences that have changed teaching and learning include the adopting of ideas regarding varying learning styles, the way students communicate with each other and their teachers, the importance of individual and group work, and the incorporation of family involvement with their students' education. These influences have changed the way that teachers instruct their students, the way that students are encouraged to learn, and the way that student learning is assessed. Cultural competence is the process of learning, understanding, and respecting the cultural differences of everyone around us. This is extremely important in instructing all students, including English learners, in order to create a safe and supportive learning environment so that students feel comfortable and confident in learning and engaging with their teacher. English learners' cultural values can be integrated into the context of teaching and learning by making students feel safe in the classroom to share their beliefs and backgrounds and incorporate aspects of their culture into lessons in a way that can help EL students make connections to what they're learning. A student's culture can significantly impact the way that a student learns. Affects the values, ideologies, and customs that students adhere to, can affect the way that students interact with their classmates and teachers, and can impact the way that they verbally and non-verbally communicate. School and classroom environments can influence language acquisition by creating an environment that makes all students feel welcome and their cultures respected. When students feel comfortable, they're more likely to seek out social interactions with their peers, which can increase their language acquisition, and they are more likely to participate in the classroom, which can improve their literacy skills. Creating an inclusive environment starts with building relationships with every student and creating classroom rules that focus on respecting both the teacher and each other. In order to make students feel accepted and valued, it is important to practice strategies that celebrate diversity within instruction. One strategy to do this includes incorporating ideas and knowledge from a diverse range of cultures and connecting them to academic standards that students need to learn. Allowing students to share about their personal experiences and backgrounds can also be a great strategy to helping students learn about other cultures. Leveraging the languages of EL students is also an important way for teachers to celebrate the cultural identities of their students. Teachers can incorporate EL students' home languages into activities and handouts in order to make them feel more included and to help them make connections between the English language and their home language. Next, we're going to talk about the importance of supporting the needs of ELs in the classroom. In order to support the varying needs of English language learners, it's important for teachers to be responsive when it comes to understanding the different strengths, needs, and identities of all EL students. One of the main strategies that can help achieve this is to make sure students are properly assessed throughout the year, including in the classroom and in testing provided by the state. In Arizona, for example, EL students must take the AZELA in order to measure their English language proficiency and must continue to take it until they are deemed proficient. Teachers can also measure students through diagnostics as well as formative and summative assessments. These different assessments are vital for determining student strengths as well as their weaknesses and their emotional state. Formative assessments like exit tickets can be provided to students with questions that focus on their well-being and feelings about how they're doing in class instead of solely focusing on academic content. Meeting the social and emotional needs of ELs is also extremely important. Strategies to do so include taking the time to build relationships with students, scheduling one-on-one meetings with students, helping them learn about methods of handling and talking through their emotions, and having regular check-ins with student families. All of these strategies can help teachers understand the social, emotional, and cultural needs of students. These needs are also extremely important to consider when creating classroom procedures and routines. Knowing the needs of students can help teachers create routines that work best with the specific needs of students and ensure that they stay focused and engaged with what they are learning. Finally, we will discuss the importance of creating connections between home and school. Family and community practices, or funds of knowledge, can influence language learning by encouraging EL students to use patterns of learning that are culturally familiar to them in order to better understand academic content. Having students utilize learning strategies that help them connect what they're learning in class to their backgrounds helps them become more confident and helps to keep them engaged with their studies. Building strong relationships with the families of EL students and their communities is extremely important. Some strategies to help connect with families include maintaining a consistent line of communication to relay information about students and upcoming events, have parent-teacher conferences to provide parents with important feedback for their students, and create fun interactive events where families, their students, and the teachers can connect with the community and learn from each other. Actively engaging in the cultures of students outside of school through community organized events is a great way to show students that their funds of knowledge are an important part of learning, especially when teachers can bring back interesting things they learned from these experiences to the rest of their students in the classroom. Thank you so much for listening.